Hey y'all, it's Kobe R. Rice, and I am back again with another weekly creative update. Welcome back, and welcome to those of you who are new to my epic, fantastical journey of a Black female sci-fi writer podcast. I am Kobe R. Rice, novelist, filmmaker, game designer, narrative designer, screenwriter, TV writer, director, etc., etc. And this podcast is basically in existence to chronicle my journey from pretty much zero to something. Who knows if I'll ever be the kind of artist with the kind of notoriety that I want in this world. But I know that by the end of this journey, I will have amassed a lovely body of work that I can leave behind me as an artist, as a novelist, as a filmmaker, as a TV writer, as a game designer, and I'm looking forward to doing all of it. So if you guys joined me last week on my mini update, you guys know that I've been having a pretty kind of slow and chill, relaxed response to the up and coming craziness that is graduate school. And I do want to report to you guys that response has pretty much stayed consistent throughout this past week, that I've just been chilling and hanging out and really just getting quiet inside of myself, I guess you can say. Quiet such that, I can really prepare mentally, emotionally, spiritually for the graduate school semester that is ahead. It is going to be this semester a full 4-month journey that essentially begins next Monday officially. And that journey is going to see me through my final directing opportunity, which I'm excited about, one of my last primary courses for experimental dramaturgy, which I'm semi-excited about. The course load looks kind of intense, but we'll see how it works out. I mean, it's reasonable, but I think I'm ready for things that are a little bit lighter and more hands-on in terms of my artistic and practical experience. And so I'll probably be enjoying the directing experience a little bit more than the typical graduate seminar experience that I'll be having with my dramaturgy class. But we'll see what happens. So I have those two things coming up. I also have to start working on my master's thesis this semester. And as a matter of fact, today I started getting together a lot of the materials I'm going to need in order to start on that, including literally almost 12 hours of audiobook recordings for all 4 of Shakespeare's Roman history tetralogies: Coriolanus, Julius Caesar, Antony and Cleopatra, and of course Titus Andronicus. Because as I mentioned probably a few months ago, my master's thesis is going to focus on a rereading of Shakespeare's Roman history tetralogy, specifically so that I can, one, get acquainted with everything that goes on in those 4 plays, but also so that I can use that foundational knowledge and information to turn that very public domain material, shall we say, into a more modern day adaptation of Shakespeare's Roman history tetralogy. And I'm really thinking that once I do all of the dramaturgical, historical, and scholarly background research on those 4 plays, and I do a reinterpretation of those plays, I will either turn those plays into an Afro-futuristic representation of Shakespeare's plays or a crime noir representation of those plays, in terms of adapting those plays into a modern day TV series or a modern day film series. And I'm thinking, actually, because I'm leaning more towards television, that I'll probably just adapt it into a TV series, because why not? You have 4 plays that literally lend themselves to 4 seasons of television, including filler materials and other things that, we can find around Shakespeare's works. So that is going to be challenging. It's going to be a little scary, but I'm actually pretty excited about it because I'm nerdy. What can I say? And I think I'm going to have a lot of really interesting insights that some scholars have kind of missed out on, in my personal opinion. Some might disagree with me, but I think I'm going to have a different insight into not only Shakespeare's intention in writing these plays, but also in the ways in which just certain characters have been interpreted. A lot of people look at Brutus, Mark Antony, the clown, for example, on a very individual basis in terms of looking at how these characters show up in a particular play. But what I'm finding, just with a rough glance over all four of these plays, I'm finding that these characters all have character arcs that stretch throughout a certain number of the plays. And so I find it very interesting that we don't take all these four plays together as one entire narrative that's telling and chronicling the history of Roman history. So, or Roman civilization rather. So I am really looking forward to finding the threads that connect all four of these plays through character, through plot narrative, through symbolic representation, and then that in itself will lend me a deeper insight into how to translate these four plays into a coherent television series. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, enough of me nerding out. I want to get to just updating you guys on what I actually got accomplished last week. Like I said, again, I'm on my chill before the storm sort of vibe right now because I want to make sure that I'm resting and getting in some good sleep, some relaxation before I really dive into the semester. But last week in general, I worked on only a couple of specific things. Again, getting back on my deep focus. I did continue working on The Bohemian Badass. And let me read off of my notes here right now. I continued working on and developing my TV series development workbooks, which before there were just worksheets, but now I have so many worksheets, I'm actually creating workbooks, which is even better. So I'm excited about that. And the promo graphics for said workbooks, basically. That's really all I've been doing. And actually, recently I've been trying to get into starting, writing some actual blog posts so I have some to post as of next Wednesday, because that's when The Bohemian Badass will be sort of officially soft launching. So this coming week, while it's going to be slower, I'm going to start writing some blog posts and literally producing content on the website. So I'm excited about that. I added 2 new properties to the Rebel Ragdoll development slate that I'm really, really excited about. And actually one of them, which is actually kind of big news, will be replacing the Sandman project that I am working on right now. Now, this doesn't mean that Sandman will not get made, but I realized as I was writing and developing Sandman that there is a story that needs to be told prior to the Sandman story. I thought Sandman was going to be about one particular subject, but it's actually about the aftermath of that particular subject. So now the entire story and narrative that I'm trying to tell is broken down into 2 parts. And the first part is called The Monster Between Us. So that's the movie I'm going to be working on in place of Sandman. Basically, it's Sandman, but just renamed. And Sandman's going to be reserved for the second half of that series. So The Monster Between Us is the property I've just added. That's the property I'm working on now. And then basically the sequel to The Monster Between Us is going to be called Sandman, essentially. So that's just and this usually happens with me and my properties. It's that I'm working on one and I realize that there is a lot of underlying foundation and backstory that needs to be told in a more contemporary fashion. A backstory that's not just boring backstory, but that's actually immediate in terms of just storytelling and other things that I want to talk about, but I don't really want to reveal in the podcast because it's going to ruin the script. Okay, so just trust me that The Monster Between Us needs to come first before Sandman. Okay, so I put that on the project slate. So that and Sandman are now connected. It's going to be a duology. I do not plan on making that particular storyline a trilogy as of yet. Who knows? As I work on both of those stories more, that might change. You guys know me. I tend to grow and evolve with my ideas. I don't tend to scale back. So, I'm not going to say we won't have a trilogy out of those 2 movies. But for now, I'm just focusing on those 2 particular ideas. And I'm specifically focusing on the first idea. Okay. And the other property I added to the development slate is a TV series idea that I will not be talking much about on the podcast because I really enjoy it. It's going to be a survival horror series. And right now I have entitled it Surrogate. And that's all I'm going to tell you guys right now. So I have so many projects. I just really need to have like some ghost writers or something. But right now, the 4 TV projects that are sort of, oops, I just smacked my mic. Sorry, guys. The 4 projects that are sort of evolving or revolving in my mind are Ezekiel, Immortal, Surrogate, and what's the other one I'm thinking about? It's not the Morian storyline. Darn, I totally forgot what the 4th one was. That's how many ideas I have going on with myself right now. Actually, let me just double check because I'm not going to sit on this podcast and tell you I have 4 ideas and then not tell you all 4 of the ideas, okay? That's just not how it's going to go. Let's see. All right, maybe I will have to oh my god, this is so insane. I have like a whole list of things that I've done for the past quadrimester because my particular Jesus. Guys, I can't talk today. I'm actually kind of exhausted, so just bear with me. But as you guys know, my quadrimesterly review, self-review and self-evaluation is coming up as of the end of this month. So I already started putting together all the things I have achieved and all the things that I started working on and I'm continuing to work on. And so basically I'm looking to see what these TV series are that I've been working on. Okay, Ezekiel, Surrogate, Immortal, and The Camille, obviously. Which is insane that I forgot about The Camille because, as I've been telling you guys, The Camille is now available on Amazon.com and on Kindle Unlimited. So, 4 TV series that are sort of in my mind percolating right now, all in different stages of development. We'll see what happens with that. I also got a little bit of writing done this past week, strangely enough, for Hollow Point, thankfully. At least that one is really focused. And there's not really much to say about that. I would like to get the manuscript done ideally by the end of this month or by the end of September so I can just spend the rest of the semester just editing and polishing, etc. Marketing is still going pretty strong for the Uprising box set that is up and coming. And actually, we'll be having a cover reveal to our readers and our ARC participants this Wednesday. So I'm excited about that. And so if you're interested in being an ARC reader, if you're one of my subscribers or one of my readers who's watching this right now, if you're interested in being an ARC reader for the Uprising box set, which is a dystopian box set of 12 different novels, then definitely sign up to my list. Go to colbyrrice.com and go to the free books, free swag, free stuff section and sign up there to be a part of my street team. But yes, you would be signing up to try to read as many of those 12 books as possible and give your review for our launch. So we are having a cover reveal for that particular box set that's coming up. My novel, The Given, will be included in that box set. And we're pretty excited about it. It's looking good and things are coming together really nicely. And that's basically that. Nothing more to report on that. And then the final thing really here is that I, for the first time, in the entire summer last week, I started actually getting my wheels going on graduate school. So, I didn't really do anything crazy. I wrote a really nice letter back to some, scholarship funders who decided to, give me some help, which is great. And I also, again, delved into some of the syllabi I've been receiving from my professors, just warming my brain up to, take the semester on. So basically, that's been that, guys. I mean, I have been engaging in as much self-care as possible. I probably need to engage in a little bit more telling by how I'm looking a little tired on this camera right now. So I'm going to try to focus on doing that this week. Again, relaxing, not getting too crazy with piling things onto my plate before school starts. I expect this semester to be a really busy semester, but not nearly as insane as the other semesters have been. And I do foresee myself having more time to work on The Bohemian Badass, my writing for Rebel Ragdoll Press and for my Kobe R. Rice writer brand, my TV scripts, and my screenplays, as well as squeezing in some creative uni classes for my own creative development. So I do see myself getting time to do that, even with the directing and my other class and my TA-ship. But we'll see. I will definitely be in touch with you guys in the coming weeks. Again, classes start next Monday, so wish me luck. And in the meantime, stay indie, stay creative, stay badass, keep creating, and I will talk to you guys soon. Mwah. Bye.